Coming up today on Houston Life, runners, get on your mark. Find out how your kids can lace up their shoes for a college scholarship.
And we chat with actor and former Obama White House staff member Cal Penn, who's giving us a preview of his new exciting competition show.
Plus, the liquid chef from one of H-Town's hottest restaurants helps us cool off by shaking up some refreshing cocktails that also have potential health benefits.
And today's viewer talker, to bathe or not to bathe? That is the question. Hollywood A-listers are opening up about their bathing habits, or not so habits, right? Hear why some of them say they prefer to wait for the stink. Ugh, all of that and more is happening today on Houston Life.
Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Houston Life on this Thursday, August 12th, 2021. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Courtney Savala. It's also Friday
Eve. Happy Friday Eve. Happy first day of school to your oldest, Connor.
Oh, my word. Can you believe?
He's in 8th grade?
He's in 8th grade.
This is a trip because when you and I first became friends, he was just a wee child.
A wee little boy.
Look at him now.
I know. I know. It's, you know, I'm going to tell you, the 6:30 wake-up call hit him like a ton of bricks.
I bet it did.
Just like the rest of the house, except little brother AJ, who was sleeping away. He's got another week of summer.
That is awesome. Okay, so it's 3 p.m. now. He must be out of school?
He's getting, yeah, he's not quite home yet, but he's getting home soon. And as he was leaving this morning, I said to him, okay, now remember, what did we talk about? What are we accomplishing here in 8th grade? And he just kind of looked at me.
What do you mean, specifically today or like the whole year?
I know, he was very confused. I'm like, Connor, we talked about this, you know, just doing well and focusing on high school and, you know, being the best Connor you can be.
There you go. That's a good pep talk.
I love a good pep talk.
Pep talk. You know what I'm saying.
I know.
Was he nervous at all to go?
You know, a little bit nervous. And I just think, you know, 8th grade and it has such a different tone to it, you know. It's the last time going to this school, and so there's a lot of things on the horizon for him. He's going to be studying and taking the high school entrance exams, and so there's a lot of sort of unknowns happening, and there are certain schools that he's really looking forward to. I mean, he's looking at college and saying like where he wants to go and looking at that too, which is great, but you know, they don't come knocking on your door. You know what I mean? You got to work hard for it.
Okay, sounds like he's ahead of the game. In 8th grade, I was not thinking about college. Senior year, I thought, oh wow, I should maybe think about college.
I know, me too. But maybe I'm just trying to prevent that because I know how that was.
I'm sure he had a great day.
It's just crazy to me. All of a sudden, you know, my parents told me, be careful because they're going to blink and they're going to be driving. And I said, oh my gosh, it's totally true.
I know, here he's a teenager. Well, tell him that we said congratulations on his first day.
I will.
It's an exciting time. A lot of parents out there and students in the same boat. All right, so I saw something, Courtney, I know you're going to love. Bridgerton.
Yes, whatever it is.
You watched the show.
Yes.
You had been obsessing about the show long before I watched it, right? And then I watched it and wondered why there wasn't a second season
immediately following.
We watched it within a couple days. I know a lot of our viewers did as well. So here's the good news. You can now, if you are a super fan, you can take Bridgerton home. It is part of the Hill House collection of clothing. I think we have a screenshot of their website. There you go. So maybe we're not going to look good as the cast in these gowns, but they are now available. They partnered with Netflix, Shondaland, for this Bridgerton-inspired line. So there are 3 nap dresses included.
I'm here for the moment.
There are also some hair accessories. They're sort of like these bejeweled hair slides, Courtney.
I'm in for it.
See, here's the thing, though. I mean, nap dresses that you wear for more than napping? Like you wear them in public?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think it's an old term to a new dress. It's just kind of the style of the dress.
Are you really getting one?
Why wouldn't I?
You should wear one to the show with a little bejeweled hair slide.
I'm here for it. Can I expense it, do you think? It's for the show.
I don't think so. I just wonder if it's going to go all wrong. Remember that time you wore that dress and it looked like you were in play practice for Lord Farquaad?
Listen, I could not. I got a vision of myself out of the corner of my eye. I couldn't even focus. But I think it was just a very large, puffy tapestry dress.
Okay, well, I say we give it a second go around with the nap dress. We'll see how you pull it off. I believe in you.
The first roll was very successful. So you never know what's going to happen.
It was good.
I'm here for the nap dress. I am. Just like the, it's not a kimono. What do they call those? What are the long dresses?
A robe?
Caftan.
Oh, a caftan.
No, the robe I wore today during our call for work.
You did.
I was getting dressed. I couldn't, still had the things in my hair. It was a thing.
Zoom calls, the land of Zoom calls. We have learned so much about you, Courtney. That is a pretty pink robe. I like it.
Thank you. It has my monogram on it.
Yes. Okay. Very nice. So another thing I noticed about Bridgerton, too, a lot of the actresses, they had these very short bangs. I didn't realize there's a term for them, Courtney.
Okay. So listen, the bang for hair is really having a moment. So last year it was the curtain bang. I tried it out. There's those little things that you clip-ins, right? The best $12 I ever spent.
What was the curtain bang?
Curtain bang was basically what the clip-in bang. It's kind of a longer, wispier bang.
And it opens in the middle like curtains, like
yes.
peekaboo.
Draperies. Here we
Okay.
are. Here's my bangs and my face.
Okay.
Okay, so now comes 2021 and the curtain bangs are not the thing. Micro bangs. Listen, it scares me too. I heard this, I'm like, I'm never doing it. Do they have $12 micro bangs? So micro bangs basically means...
She has micro bangs?
I think so.
They're very short and curly, right?
Well, they don't have to be curly, but they're very short. They are above the eyebrow.
She looks beautiful.
She
That looks great.
Amazing. That hair is fantastic.
But I mean, I can't see the photo that well. It doesn't even look like she has bangs.
Well,
Are we sure this is a thing?
this is a thing.
What else you got?
Well, it's quite a few celebrities. Zendaya did micro bangs in 2018 at the Met Gala. Halle Berry rocked it at the 2021 Oscars. So she could put a paper bag on and look great. Let's be honest.
How short does it have to be to be considered
the
a micro bang?
bangs literally are like they're small. I mean, very much like Lord Farquaad.
There
See
you
how
go.
we weave the theme together for
You
y'all?
can wear your nap dress and cut your micro bangs. I had micro bangs when I was a kid because I used to cut my hair all the time. I still cut my own hair, Brandon too. But it's, the micro bang.
you don't have a bang.
Well, I just push them up instead of down. Down doesn't look so great, I promise.
Maybe you should have done the micro bang today.
Maybe I should have.
If you have them currently.
Maybe I should have.
It's a thing. I mean, go check it out because the full article is on popsugar.com. That's a great style website too. It's fun stuff. They post different things. Not every trend we have to jump in on, but the micro bang is trying to have a moment.
It's trying to have a moment, and something tells me we're going to do a whole segment about it right here on Houston Life. I can't wait for that.
I've already ordered my bangs, so they'll be here tomorrow.
Speaking of good hair, and this happened a few days ago, it was the closing ceremony of the Olympics over in Tokyo. Do we have a photo of Johnny Weir? He, of course, has been one of the co-hosts of the Olympic Games coverage for years, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a two-time Olympian, so he and Tara Lipinski, they join up. He always has some pretty great commentary. I don't know Johnny Weir. I don't know a lot about him. Check him out, though. He's got this updo in the Olympic rings. Well, he got a lot of criticism for this look, Courtney. And there's a woman, I'm not going to name her by name, she's sort of well known, but she responded on Twitter and she said, "Bring back the days when boys cared about growing up to be actual men. Biblical masculinity over woke fragility." That is the end of the quote.
That is terrible.
It's pretty awful bullying, right?
Yeah.
I also think that there's this idea, I mean, it's so great now that we're highlighting all of these strong women, right? Women who are displaying what would have historically been called masculine traits and masculine, strength. But in men, there's almost like a double standard that if a man displays any sort of feminine qualities, that somehow that's a demerit. And what I think is really interesting about this this critic's tweet is that anytime someone is, I recently heard the word girly, which I hadn't heard since 7th grade.
I'm eye rolling over here.
And typically that word is used to describe someone or something that's inferior. Right? If it's girly, it's somehow not legitimate. And I hope that we can get to a place where we all agree that, words do matter. So let's say, especially as school is starting and kids are headed back to the schoolyard and kids are being bullied, I was one of those kids. There is a young person out there who wants to be an ice skater, or who wants to be a dancer or a singer and wants to do what's a girly, historically known as a girly thing. And I don't think that's cool. I don't think it's okay. And I'm proud of Johnny for standing up to her.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. I mean, when I think of Johnny Weir, I of course think of an amazing athlete, a figure skater, somebody with intense skill, and just to be able to train and to get through the Olympics, right? And
incredible.
Compete on that level.
Absolutely, yeah.
But the word flamboyant also comes to mind. And that guy rocks anything that he puts on, right? He sees it, he likes it, he puts it on. What's the difference if he does that versus Lady Gaga? What's the difference? There is no difference between Johnny Weir and back in the day to Liberace.
It's so
What's
true.
the difference? So the guy liked rings on every finger and wore a fur coat, but people bought his records and wanted to go hear him sing. But this guy, it makes no sense to me. And probably the lady that wrote that tweet has Liberace records at home. Let's just be honest.
Well, I mean, I think that her tweet was actually sort of outwardly hateful. And I think that, anytime we see sexism, ageism, racism in the world, I think that when someone is outwardly racist or outwardly sexist and they say horrible, hateful, attacking things, I think that we can spot that from a mile away. I think that the more dangerous type of sexism and racism and ageism is when we slip in these subtle words like girly into a conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people are always, we're absorbing those words, right? And so I hope that we get to a place in our world where we can all be a little kinder to one another. We cannot be afraid of people who maybe wear headpieces that look different than ours or wear an updo that we wouldn't rock. I could not rock that outfit that Johnny Weir rocked, but I think he looks fantastic.
He looks fantastic. I think you could. I think we can work on something.
Maybe with my micro bangs?
Micro bangs?
How about that? How about that?
Okay, still to come, another hot topic, to bathe or not to bathe. Hollywood and the rest of the world is still buzzing about hygiene habits.
I did take a shower this morning.
I did too.
It was the only time this week. Also, Lauren Kelly has more on a super fun triathlon event for kids happening this weekend. Lauren, what's it all about?
Derek, if you didn't shower, you could just jump into this beautiful sparkling blue pool. But coming up, I've got all the details on a super fun event for your kids that they're going to love to be a part of, happening this Sunday. All the details when Houston Life returns.
What you know about me? Just what the people say.
Oh, the bath debate, it continues. So, some celebrities recently, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, they were talking about how they only bathe their children when they start to smell, right? Well, Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard, they jumped on board and they essentially said the same thing, that there's no need to go through this routine of daily bathing. This is a generations old conversation, I swear. My mom and I, when we were hanging out a couple weeks ago, she was telling me about her mother, the late Edna LaRue Turnbow Nichols, who as a child, they would all bathe in the kitchen in a tub, and the oldest would get the clean bath water, and then every child after that had to bathe in their bath water, and somehow
that's the way it rolled.
They survived. I mean, my grandmother lived till she was 93 years old.
Well, I mean, times have changed since then, and I feel like we have
Running
bathing
water
readily available at most times.
We do. Do the boys, do you find that you have issues getting them to bathe?
Yes, not Connor, and well, hopefully AJ's not watching, but yeah, I mean, sometimes, Mom, I don't want to, and I don't get it. I shower like 3 or 4 times a day.
Yes, well, especially during the summertime in Houston.
And The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, also multiple showers a day. He came out last week. I'm here for it. I love that he talked about it. There's nothing wrong with him.
Well, also, the man works out 7 hours a day.
But he says he starts his day with a shower.
With a
How
shower.
he wakes himself up.
It wakes you right up. Well, I hated bathing as a child. I love it now.
It's so
But I'm
amazing.
quick. I'm like 4 minutes in and out in the shower.
Okay, now let's bring in Joe Sam for our question of the day. Joe, I know this is a talker.
Oh, yes, it is. I'm shivering right now. I mean, I don't even know why it's a question. You should take a bath, people. We want to hear from you, to bathe or not to bathe. What are your hygiene habits? That's the question. And we already have some answers coming in. Here's what people are saying right now. We have Michelle. She writes in, morning and before bed, I can't sleep funky from the day. Again, after doing yard work. So yeah, I agree with her too. We have Taylor, she's coming in next, and she writes in, they better not come around me without showering, not in this heat. Somebody make this a crime. I'm agreeing with you too, Taylor. And then we have our last comment coming in from Nancy. She put, shower with the friend and save water.
Wow,
absolutely.
Wow, Nancy.
That sounds fun.
I like Nancy's answer a lot too. You know what, you guys, we want you to head over to our Houston Life Facebook page and join the conversation. We'll share more of your comments a little later on the show. Courtney and Derek, I know, Courtney, you said you shower 3 times a day. I'm with you on that. Derek, you said you finally took a shower this week.
I know. I just wanted to, let you all breathe a little easier.
Absolutely. We definitely need that.
All right, Joe.
I got to do it every day.
Me too. Thanks a lot. Well, the Woodtrace Wilderness Kids Triathlon is super fun. It's a great event that encourages kids to learn and enjoy a multi-sport athletic.
Yeah, and now back for its 3rd year, families can watch their kids run, swim, and bike around the beautiful master-planned Woodtrace community. Lauren Kelly has more on how your kids can get involved with this weekend's event. How's it going, Lauren?
You guys, it is so magnificent out here. If you've never been out here to Woodtrace, the actual community is beautiful. Behind us is this gorgeous lake view, and behind Paul, the cameraman, is this magnificent pool that the kiddos will be in for the Woodtrace Wilderness Kids Triathlon this Sunday, which I will be emceeing. I'm very excited. Very good friend of mine, Cheryl Perry, is here with me today to talk a little bit more. This community is award-winning, Cheryl, right?
Correct. The Texas Association of Builders just named Woodtrace as the best overall community for its size, which is 300 to 500 acres, and we're very proud of that. And one of the reasons why is Friendswood just builds an amazing community. So we have events like the Kids Tri, we have beautiful amenities, we have the 23-acre spring-fed lake, so it's a beautiful place to call home.
Let's talk about the triathlon on Sunday. The ages 5 through 15, registration is open till
Saturday.
Till Saturday. So you can go online and you can register there. And what are the kind of qualifications? Is this for beginners, for any type of levels?
So part of triathlon's philosophy is to be inclusive. So we are going to have kids who are 5 who are doing their first triathlon, all the way up to kids who are 15 who are national champions. So really everybody. We want to promote a healthy lifestyle, so the opportunity to swim, bike, and run, and inspire and encourage kids just to have a healthy, active lifestyle.
It really is so fun and so cute to watch these kids do it, and everybody's going to get a trophy. The top 3 at the end are going to get the trophies. There's medals, and there's a goodie bag when you sign up for things like that.
This is my triathlon, so it's super fun.
It always is with you, Cheryl.
It has to be fun. We just want it to be a so positive experience for the kids. So there'll be goodie bags, there'll be awards, there'll be prize drawings. We're going to have a professional race photographer out here, which is super fun. So just like the parents get the Ironman shots, the kids are going to get the same kind of shot for free.
Yes.
T-shirts. We're going to have a bike mechanic out here to make sure nobody has many mechanical problems.
Awesome. So just the whole night. And by the way, Cheryl is an Ironman competitor, so she knows exactly what she's talking about. This is not her first rodeo, you guys. Don't move anywhere, because coming up a little bit later on the show, we've got more from the Woodtrace community here. We've got some of the kids that'll be participating. It's going to be lots of fun, and we want to share more info with you. Derek and Courtney, back to you guys in studio for now.
All right, beautiful day for it, Lauren. Still to come, we are shaking up some cooling cocktails with the flavors of India. Find out, Courtney, the surprising health benefits they promise as well.
Sip, sip, hooray on this Friday Eve. We're going to check in with Joe, who's standing by, who's testing our senses today.
Yeah, you guys, it's going to be fun. After the break, we're finding out, how money hungry are you? That's the question we're proposing. My chat with Kel Penn, the host of a new Food Network competition series. That and so much more when Houston Life returns. Welcome back to Houston Life. You know, in the ultimate test of taste buds, a lucky group of food professionals are going head-to-head in the new high-stakes primetime Food Network show, Money Hungry. And I caught up with its host, Kel Penn, an award-winning actor, writer, producer, and former White House staff member for the Obama administration, to give us a taste of what the competition is all about.
Do you trust your taste?
We all know we love food, and we love whenever there's a combination of competition with it, and that's what you're going to be able to check out on the new Food Network show, Money Hungry. And I have the host of the show with me now, Kel Penn, to talk all about it. This is so amazing, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
For people who don't know exactly what it is, we're combining food, with the nice, intense competition.
So this is a competition show based on people's sense of taste. So unlike a lot of food shows, which I love watching, by the way, but they're all based on cooking the dish. In our case, it's based on tasting the dish. So all of our contestants are either cookbook writers or food bloggers, people who live in that middle space between being a professional chef and being an amateur chef. They're like kind of halfway in between both. And they taste particular dishes in challenges that we present to them. And they have to tell me as the host, you know, what ingredient is missing. Or sometimes I ask them, you know, for example, how long has this piece of pasta been cooked for? 4 minutes or 13 minutes? So the challenges get harder as we go along in time. And if they win all 15 challenges, they walk away with $50,000.
This is a show that I feel like a lot of people are going to be able to watch, and it be educational for them, for their kids, because it is expanding your culinary knowledge.
So I'm really glad you said that, because I love that this is a show that my, 10-year-old cousin can watch, and it's the same show that I could probably watch with my parents, right? You don't have to worry about whether somebody will or won't get something, because everybody will take something different away from the experience. It's also really unifying in a lot of ways, like Houston. Like, Houston's food scene is so diverse and inclusive, and it's food from all over the world, but it's also so uniquely Houston, right? So a lot of our dishes are that way. One of the things that was really important to me and the execs and Food Network was that we wanted to make a show that brings people together, and food is one of the things that can do that.
You know what? I think by the end of this show, we're all going to be culinary experts. We're all going to be saying at the restaurants, I'm getting a sense of rosemary. Once we're enjoying our time with our friend, we can't wait, not only for season 1, but for season 2 too.
Thank you. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, yeah. Now, you can keep up with the 5-part series every Tuesday at 10 p.m. on the Food Network. I'll also have more information on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Now it's time for the challenge. I am putting Courtney and Derek to their taste testing skills. We're going to go ahead and test these out. So you guys have your nose plugs right here.
I know, this is very interesting.
It's going to be fun.
Producers hand you nose plugs.
I've never worn
So the
nose
name
plugs
of this here is called Down to a T. This is one of the episodes that's going to be premiering in Money Hungry 2. And we have our beautiful Olivia, our producer, to bring in a cup of tea for you guys. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to have to taste it and then give me at least 2 to 3 spices that you taste in there. Now, we're going to count it down. I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds to figure it out. And whoever gets there first, figuring it out what's in that tea, is going to be the winner. You ready?
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and give it a taste. All right. And your time is starting now, so.
I don't taste anything.
I need 2 spices. Whoever can get there first.
I just taste hot water.
I don't taste anything.
I'm sorry.
Is it mint? Is there mint in
No
mine?
mint. I'm going to give you, think of what's usually used in a tea.
Leaves?
I don't know, dude.
These work really well.
Cannot taste a thing.
Tea is supposed to be relaxing, so what's one thing that's used in there?
Chamomile.
Chamomile? All right, so I guess we have Courtney got one in there, so Courtney's going to be the winner. You guys are drinking lavender, valerian, chamomile, and sweet almond.
Well, that sounds amazing.
I'm
I wish I
sure
could
it's
taste it.
delicious. There's something about not being able to smell that really is. Wow.
It takes it away. You take away your sense of smell, so
Now I
now you're only
taste it.
relying on your taste. That's it.
That's a fun show, Joe.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be
Thank you,
great.
Joe.
All right, coming up, a Hollywood home run, a movie that is coming to life with a favorite American pastime.
Oh, I can taste again. And we will be getting a check of what is coming up on the news at 4 o'clock when Houston Life returns in just 2 minutes.
Well, welcome back to Houston Live. Courtney and Derek back with you on this Friday Eve at 3:30.
Yeah, 3:30 on the dot. So glad it's Friday Eve, also known as Thursday, but we don't call it that. But earlier today, we did ask you to bathe or not to bathe. What are your hygiene habits? I know this is a very personal question, and you all delivered. Let's start with our comments. Judy writes in, can't even think someone would ask that question, shower or bathe every day. Okay.
I know, there you go. Courtney writes in, I shower twice a day. My kids get a bath daily because it's hot out. out, and they smell. Amen to that. Also, it's a great way for them to relax before bedtime because her kids are 1 and 4. I agree with all of that, Courtney.
Okay, there you go. Selena writes in, from my Facebook memories from a year ago, Frank Billingsley, want to know how it feels to live in Houston? Take a hot shower, don't dry off, put all of your clothes on. You know, that's a very good description. That's very, very good. Also, when I first moved here, I remember people would describe it as sort of swimming through soup.
Yes.
I think that is quite accurate as well.
How about a
Humid
slap in the
summers.
face?
Oh.
When you get off the plane, there's that humidity.
You know, I would say the cold snap when everyone lost power in February for days.
Right.
That was quite a slap in the face, too.
Sure was.
Sure was. Bad times. But that's behind us, right? We also do have a poll up on Instagram where you can weigh in. Do you bathe every single day? Yes or no? And I'm really curious about folks out there who maybe don't. I know the common answer is that we do bathe every day, but I told you about my friend over in Austin, and he believes that bathing, you know, is good, but he doesn't use soap because he believes it gets rid of the natural microorganisms, critters that sort of eat away the dirt for you. And, you know, if you use soap, it somehow prevents them
I'm
from
team
doing their
bathing.
job. Okay.
So let's just get that clear right now.
But we
multiple times.
shouldn't judge people who choose another path.
Might need the nose plugs. Those worked really well.
Those worked very well. You'll never taste your food again.
Ever. Or smelled non-bathers. Okay, let's check in with Chris, Lauren, and Frank for a look at what's coming up on the news at 4. Y'all, team
we've all
bathing,
showered.
right?
We're all
We've
team
all
bathers.
showered.
Amen.
We're all bathers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had a
Not to
dermatologist
worry.
tell me not to use soap all over your body, you know, in the more smelly spots, but
Yeah.
but that it does, the soap can take away a lot of natural oils.
That's what I heard.
So
Yeah.
you've heard that?
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
it's the same dermatologist?
I like
fan
to
of
lather
shower
up.
gel.
I'm just saying. I'm going to lather up and try and smell my best.
We'll use
welcome,
cologne
Houston.
either way.
All right, Frank, what are we talking about weather-wise?
Well, you know what? It's air you can wear.
Yes, it is.
You go outside and it'll slap you somewhere, I'll tell you that. Look at that. Temperature's right there at 97 in Sugar Land. We've actually had a shower, so some leftover cloud cover, Bush and Hobby, as you'll see here. You can see the showers right there. Went right across Hobby, and then some clouds that moved right from downtown up toward the airport. So we're getting a little bit of relief in that regard. But the showers today, a lot more widely scattered than yesterday. I don't have anything but a few sea breeze showers. I'll keep an eye on it. Also keeping a close eye on the tropics, which I'll tell you, Fred went over to the Dominican Republic and Haiti, and hard to really see much out of this. If you watch closely, you see right through there. That's Fred, such as it is. It continues to move off to the west-northwest at 14. It's expected to regain 40-mile-an-hour tropical storm strength probably on Saturday, Friday night or Saturday as it moves across the Keys, but I don't think it will be much more than a sloppy Joes for the Key West area. And then we go right up toward the Panhandle with 60-mile-an-hour winds. Now, this is a concave coast, and they may see a little bit of a surge 3 to 5 foot as a possibility because that water is going to get pushed up toward the Florida coast. So I think that is where they're going to have to really keep an eye out is the Panhandle. And then it'll be a rainy mess for much of the peninsula, but it should go by pretty quickly. For us, if you're going to walk that dog, or bathe the dog? That's a better question. How often do you bathe your dog? That I don't want to answer. Coming up at 4, it's going to be an even warmer weekend into next week. It has some rain chances. They're meager. I'll explain why. And Fred, you know about. But Grace, that chance has gotten even a little higher as we've gotten through the afternoon. Lauren?
Frank, thank you. Here's a look at a couple of the stories we're working on for our newscast at 4. Fort Bend County ordering a mask mandate despite the governor's ban on mask mandates. Fort Bend County Judge KP George will join us live to talk about how his mask order will work and who will be impacted in the lawsuit against the governor.
Also, COVID cases in kids. Doctors in our area talk about how the virus is now impacting our youngest children, even babies younger than a year old.
And we now know there is a new diet every time you turn around, right? We'll tell you about the latest diet trend that has people eating foods with a low carbon footprint. Look at how it works coming up today at 4.
Now that sounds like a segment for Houston Life.
It does,
Right?
and a diet that I can certainly get behind.
You know us so well. All right, we'll see you in 25 minutes.
You got it.
Okay, guys, so we're continuing to talk about what's trending right now. Super excited. I know my house is very excited about this big baseball game that's happening tonight between the White Sox and the Yankees, of course, at Field of Dreams. The big iconic field from the movie 1989 is when Field of Dreams came out. Of course, the game tonight is not actually being played on the field from the movie. It is nearby, but it's replicated, and you know, it's symmetrical and all of that. Dead center, 400 feet for center field. What's so cool is all of it basically is a nod to the iconic field in Field of Dreams. And what's so cool is that the bullpens are in center field, which is basically a nod to old Comiskey Park, which is where the White Sox originally played on the south side of Chicago. So they were right there in center field. It was kind of cool. But the only way that you could get tickets for this game is if you had an Iowa zip code.
Well, it was one of my favorite movies growing up. We watched it probably 100 times. Shoeless Joe, I think it's so cool that it's been recreated, a home run, you know, fired out into the cornfield.
Yes.
What really trips me out, though, is the film was released in 1989. That was the year Brandon was born.
Oh, I could have lived without that information.
By the time he was in diapers, and I was watching Field of Dreams over and over and over.
Such a great movie.
I mean, and Kevin Costner, too. We've had him here on Houston Life. It's just phenomenal. He's going to be at the game tonight.
Yeah, so
he is there.
His Instagram picture, you know, he was on the mound on the field. So he posted that picture on his Instagram page. And it's just so cool. Connor's so excited about watching this game. He's been talking about it for months. That's my sweet boy on the bump there.
Aww.
That's from Branson, Missouri. But it's so great that he's so excited, even though he doesn't, you know, he doesn't care about who wins. Actually, he does, you know, and we should all care as Astros fans, right? Because they're in our division. But I'm just going to say go White Sox.
Okay.
Yeah, if I have to pick one.
We're not going to even mention the other team, right? It's a sore subject here in Houston. All right. Well, that's very, very exciting.
Yeah,
we're going to shift gears now. After the break, Musafir's liquid chef, this is how he's known, Himanshu Desai. He is shaking up some cocktails. Look at that. They are both good for you and delicious. Houston Life will be right back. Well, this summer in Houston has been a scorcher. Of course, it's Houston. So if you're looking for a refreshing way to beat the heat, we have got just the ticket. Here to help us cool off is Musafir bar manager Himanshu Desai. Welcome to Houston Life. Courtney has one of the best seats in the house because she already has a couple cocktails. Okay, let's talk about how you got this name. All right, how did it come? Because you are like an expert mixologist.
So actually that was the title given to me by one of my guests. So while I was working in Dubai, he was so impressed. He said, "Oh my God, you're not a bartender, you're a liquid chef." So after that, I went ahead and I changed my Instagram to liquid chef, and it became pretty controversial in a good way. And ever since then, people do call me liquid chef.
You know what's funny? We were chatting during commercial break with Himanshu about his favorite places to eat in town, and he said, "Oh, I don't know, but I know all the good places to drink." So, for
my kind of friend, Himanshu.
Yes.
My kind of friend.
All right, so a bit of your history before we get into mixing these cocktails. Courtney, go ahead. It's your birthday week. You should have a little taste. So you actually are a brand new Houstonian. You moved here for Musafir last year when it opened in the Galleria. You've got to go check it out. It's beautiful. Look at you behind the bar. I can tell you know what you're doing. You actually represented India in the global cocktail competition in Cognac, France. Where did this love of mixology come from?
I mean, long back, actually, I always wanted to do something which was completely different. None of my family members had ever done that. So the idea of making people those delicious drinks really, really excited me, but my journey has been really, really difficult. But at the same time, now I'm extremely happy with the fact where I am.
That is fantastic. We're so glad to have you in Houston. All right, let's mix up this first cocktail. This is what Courtney is drinking. What is this called?
It's called the Adraki Sutra. So Adrak means the ginger and Sutra is a verse. Basically, we call it this an Indian mule.
Okay.
Which is our twist to everybody's favorite Moscow mule with a little bit of elevated flavors to it. And it's a very healthy cocktail to have, I must say. Like now people laugh that when you say a healthy cocktail, they say how the cocktail is supposed to, or drinking alcohol is supposed to be healthy. But it has the turmeric and it has the ginger. And as I tell everybody that any form that goes in your body is going to help you actually. So
Okay.
we at Musafir, we believe in a mindful mixology by having fun. Actually, we do not use anything artificial. All our cocktails are made with 100% natural ingredient. And here the vodka is infused with the turmeric actually. So it's gonna help you. It's gonna help you to boost your immunity and digest the food.
Okay, that explains the color. While Courtney continues sipping, I can tell she's enjoying it. Show me how to make it.
Okay, so how about you grab this beautiful vodka here?
Okay.
It's called a simple vodka.
Okay.
It's a very interesting vodka, and they have a very interesting backstory as well. So how about you pour yourself
Okay.
double of that?
A double, oh, two of these.
Look at that beautiful yellow color. From
It is
turmeric.
really, really beautiful. Okay.
Pour it in that.
And typically, I don't actually measure my cocktails, but as a mixologist, you know that that's actually
We
critical.
always believe in measuring.
Okay,
cocktails.
that's
Yes,
a good step.
perfect, Yes.
Okay, we got that down.
Then how about you pour some fresh lemon juice? So guys, every time you make a cocktail at home, it's extremely important to measure everything and pour the fresh citrus.
Always fresh juice,
Yes.
right? Okay, just one of those?
One more time.
Okay. And this is what, 2 ounces here?
Yes.
Okay.
Now we have a ginger cordial here.
Oh,
Which is gonna be...
so this is like a ginger simple syrup?
Yes.
Okay, and
we make it in-house again.
amazing. How many of these do I do?
Equal quantity of sweet and sour.
Okay, okay, so 2 of these then.
Yes.
All right. This is kind of
Perfect.
fun. It's actually quite relaxing.
You can squeeze in some fresh ginger paste.
Ginger paste. Okay,
Yeah, one more time.
One more time?
Perfect.
Okay.
And now we have a bitters here, which are the orange bitters, which are going to work really well with the cocktail. So bitter works in a cocktail same like the salt and pepper works in food.
Okay.
So it's not going to change the flavor completely, but it will enhance the flavor.
Okay.
So now all you got to do is shake the cocktail.
Okay.
You know how to do it. Shake, shake.
I know how to do it. I'm just always afraid that it's going to fly.
There you go.
My phone alarm going off?
You're shaking better than most of the bartenders out there.
Really? Are you hiring?
I don't think so. I can afford you, but I can try.
Okay, how's that?
That was an amazing shake. So
Oh my gosh, why are you being so nice to me? Okay, I don't know. Maybe
I
you
have a
should do this
strainer
part.
here. I can do that. No worries.
Okay, maybe you should do that. Courtney, what do you think?
This is so delicious. I love the way you described it, sort of the Indian mule, because it has the ginger. I could taste the lemon. It's super refreshing. It's a lovely cocktail, like
Thank
a
you.
summer cocktail.
Thank you.
It's beautiful to look at as well. All right, Himanshu, we are super tight on time. The Bombay Velvet, we're going to shake that up and post everything on social. But let's chat about what's in it. It's Hendrick's Gin,
Absolutely.
a Lillet Blanc, lime juice, and a special sort of like Indian flower water. Is that right?
Yes, so that's a very unique ingredient we have. It's very floral, very perfumey, which gives it a very refreshing and floral notes, and that's been used in Indian cuisine past many, many years.
This
so we
is
believe.
lovely.
Thank you.
And it has a very herbal vibe, Courtney, this one, because the basil and the garnish with the fresh flowers at the end. Again, for both of these cocktail recipes, you can visit the food and drink section of our website, HoustonLife.tv, because if you're like me, you need a step-by-step instruction guide. Is that right?
Absolutely true. Otherwise, you can always visit me at Musafir and you'll see me at the bar.
Okay, we're going to go to Musafir. Courtney, it's a date.
Cheers.
And look for Himanshu Desai behind the bar, also known as the Liquid Chef. Cheers to you while you continue
Thank
mixing
you.
that up, and come see us again at Houston Life.
Thank you. Absolutely
Cheers.
my pleasure being here.
This was lovely.
Glad to have you in Houston. This is very good.
It's very nice. So is this one. I love the teacup as well. After the break, we are checking back in with Lauren Kelly. She has all the info on a fun multi-sport event for kids this weekend that could help pay for college. Houston Life is coming right back.
Wilderness Kids Triathlon for its third year is happening this Sunday in this beautiful community by Friendswood Development Company, and it's presented by Village Builders, and I am so excited. I'm going to be out here emceeing the event on Sunday with a bunch of my friends who are out here today to tell us a little bit more about the triathlon. These guys, some of them are new, some of them are old sports, but Cheryl Perry has given us a little bit more details on the fun event. Cheryl, what ages is this for?
So we have kids all the way from 5 to 15 who will be here. So we Callan and Tavish have participated all 3 years that we've done the event. They're national champions. We have some first-timers. Claire and Kendall had spinal surgery in April, and she decided that she needed some way to get active again, so she trained for this triathlon. This will be her second one.
And Ksenia in the back, what's her sport? Is this your first time? No.
So she has a very interesting story, though. She's only been doing triathlon for 10 months. She just finished in the top 20 at age group nationals, and she's interested in going to college on triathlon. There are actually 37 NCAA varsity women's triathlon programs across the country that you can go to school on a scholarship. So
I had no idea that you could compete in triathlons and get scholarship money, which is so amazing. But can we go back to Kendall right here? You had spinal surgery and you started to retrain for this? Mm-hmm. You love doing it that much, right? Mm-hmm. What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport?
Yeah.
I love doing cheerleading.
You love cheerleading, but for coming up on the triathlon, do you like the swimming, do you like the running, or the biking?
I think my favorite is swimming.
I think we kind of all went over it. We did a show of hands, Cheryl, earlier. We were like, okay, show us who wants to do the running. Nobody likes the running, but who likes the swimming? And who likes the biking. So everybody has their favorite. It's going to be so much fun. Cheryl, a few more details. It is open to the public, and registration is through Saturday.
Correct, yeah.
What else can we know about the event?
So it's the kids race, junior race starts at 7:30. The seniors is at 8:30. Even if you're not going to participate, you might just want to come out and check it out and find out more about triathlon.
It's so fun to come out here and watch these kids compete because, like we said, this pool down here is beautiful, and you get to cheer your family members on. It's a great way to bring the whole family out and to really be in the community, get local over here at Woodtrace. And if you can see behind us, I mean, the views are amazing. So once again, Woodtrace Wilderness Kids Triathlon is happening on Sunday, and it's ages 5 through 15. This is the third year. How much is registration, Cheryl?
$60.
$60. You got to get in. And for more details, log on to woodtracecommunity.com or call 281-703-8800. It's going to be so much fun. And those scholarships, if you talk about some kind of incentive at such a young age, you guys, I wish you the best of luck, and I can't wait to cheer you on. Are you excited?
Yeah!
There we go. Cheryl, thank you so much for the community information, and I'm going to send it back to you guys in Studio B for now.
Lauren, thanks so much. It's so great to see the young kids doing a triathlon. It's a lot of work, but a lot of fun. Great stuff. After the break, a look at what's coming up on tomorrow's show, including a local teen who is honoring her brother in a big way.
And as we go to break, let's check in with Kevin Frazier for a look at what's coming up on Entertainment Tonight. Hey, Kevin.
Derek and Courtney tonight on E.T. Selma Blair reveals her darkest days battling MS. Then Jay Leno's death-defying stunt. Plus, we're with Sean Penn and his daughter Dylan at their big Hollywood premiere. You don't want to miss it. That's tonight at 6:30 right here on KPRC2. Stay put, though. Houston Life. We'll be right back.
Coming up tomorrow on Houston Life, Miss Gulf Coast teen Hannah Katari shares the heartfelt story behind her family's nonprofit, Harrison's Heroes.
Plus, following her documentary feature produced by Oprah Winfrey, local boxer Ginny Fuchs reveals what's ahead after the Tokyo Olympics.
Very, very nice. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Okay, time to check on one last time with our question of the day. Earlier, we asked you to bathe or not to bathe. What are your hygiene habits? Nicole writes in, showering is self-care every day. I'm with you, girlfriend.
But it takes a lot of work. Maybe sitting on the couch and not showering is also self-care.
Just get in and out.
I'm just saying. Dawn writes in, bath for the little one, showers for us big kids. Okay.
I like it. Murray writes in, once or twice if I work out, and before bed, just body wash.
Okay, so in case you are curious, thanks for your comments, by the way, we did also post a poll to our Instagram story asking our followers if they bathe every day or perhaps not. Here are the results. 75% bathe every day, 25% do not. Okay, well, there you have it.
There it is. Guess that's the thing. I shower multiple times a day because I work out in the morning. I have to shower before I go to bed, and then, you know, midday before I come to work. And so it's just multiple showers happening.
There have been times, though, like let's say you're working from home, as so many of us are these days, right? Sometimes the day just gets away from you and nighttime rolls around and maybe you don't have the energy to get in and bathe. You've never skipped a shower?
No.
Never
sick.
once.
Even sick.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel better.
I definitely have. When I was a kid, I was one of those kids who just did not like it. I didn't like it.
I think it's common for kids to not like it. My kids, when they were younger, would say, I'm not sticky. Yes, you are. Get in the shower.
Not sticky.
Yes.
That's the barometer.
Yes, that was
All
the
right.
barometer.
Well, thanks so much for all of your comments, and happy back to school to so many young people out there and to parents whose routine is totally changing. You're included in that group, Courtney.
We are. Here's to packing lunches all again.
You can do it.
A lot of fun. At least it's only 2 days, right? Connor has 2 days in school this week.
That's
Thursday
right.
and Friday.
Well, fun show, but it is over, folks. Thanks so much for joining us today on Houston Live.
It's fun, but we're done. Okay? We'll see you tomorrow.
I think it's time for the news at 4 o'clock. We'll hand it on over to Studio A. Chris and Lauren standing by.